So we are playing in the standard 2020 event, getting ready to play some cards that won't rotate at the end of fall, and just mining 200 XP. Actually, before I get started, what's my daily for today? See if we can swap that out for 750. That worked. Okay, so back to the event. We're going to play Jeskai Superfriends first. We're going to play a variety of stuff tonight, but we're going to start with Jeskai Superfriends. Built this out last night. We'll see how it turns out. Alright, we'll take that. The mana. Gonna be a while before we can do anything, but that's alright. We got a shock to keep stuff in check if we have to. Yeah. Cool. So we'll Foundry first. Enters tapped. Want to play the mountain. Let's get a fountain out this time. Put that out tapped. Pass the turn. Alright. So we're playing Mono Red Cavalcade here. Another shock. We'll put out the Sacred Foundry here. And pass the turn. Alright, opponent plays Chandra. Opponent swings. So we take 4 here. We are going to kill Chandra here before she can do anything worse to us. And that's going to be it. So we get skewered, they light up the stage, mountain and a scorch spitter. We are going to Kasmina here, gain a life, and we are going to get a wizard card, and we will discard, do we want to hang on to the Kasmina? We do, just in case they're targeting us some more. I'm going to hang on to that Kasmina, scry here. Another land. We've got 2, 4, 5 land out. So 4 plus a 6. So we could theoretically play Chandra. We don't need it right now. Let's see what else we can draw next turn. So the Interplanar Beacon allows us to pay 1 to get 2 different mana, or 2 mana of different colors for Planeswalkers. And then we drew another Sarkhan anyway. Okay, so what we're going to do is this, and we'll add a red and a blue. 1, 2, 3. Shit, I can't do math. Oh man, maybe I should have kept that hallowed fountain. I can't math good. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to minus Sarkhan since we have another one. And we're going to use that dragon as a blocker. And we'll actually tick down Kasmina as well just to get another card out here. What do we want to discard? That's a good question. Let's discard... Gosh, I don't even know. Let's just discard this Kasmina. We'll pass the turn. Great. So this is going to activate the Spitfire, but we do have Sarkhan's Dragon out, which is great. When they swing with the Scorch Spitter, because it's going to pump up the Spitfire, and the Cavalcade will trigger and count as well. There's another Cavalcade. Great. Did I ever tell you how much I hate Magic? This game is stupid. So opponent's holding back one of the tokens, maybe?
Listen to them roar. Come on.
So that's fine. Spitfire does not have first strike. So we're gonna kill it anyway. Alright, we're gonna triumph here. Time wipe doesn't help us really. So I'm actually gonna get rid of that. We will Time Raveler. Gain a life off of that.
Right on schedule.
So we want to draw another card. We're going to bounce a Cavalcade to their hand. Make them replay it. Well, that's interesting. We're going to plus Sarkhan here. And so Sarkhan's going to go face. Kazmina's going to go Chandra. I want to hold the wizards back just in case the opponent plays anything with haste that we need to try to get around. You know, if he's got another Chandra that he's going to throw out there with more elementals, you know, stuff like that. Or a fucking Dreadhorde Arcanist. Or another Dreadhorde Arcanist. Alright, that's cool. We're going to scry here. Keep the steam vents on top. We're actually going to get the Awakened Inferno out here. We're going to wipe out all non-elemental creatures. Clear the board. We're going to +1 to Fairy.
That's more like it.
Then we are going to +1 Sarkhan.
To the skies.
Swing to the face with everything. And hope that we live one more turn. We should. I'm thinking. And opponent concedes. Alright. So, that is 1 out of 2 wins that we needed. That went pretty well. Play it again. That was actually the first time I have ever played Jeskai Superfriends, so that was interesting. Kind of fun. Now I see why I hate playing against it, because it's kind of fun. Alright, so we got a decent mana base here. We're gonna need a red source. Fudge. You know what? I'm gonna mulligan this. There we go. Red, blue, white. Okay, so we're gonna keep 6. And we're gonna put one of the 2 Sarkhans on the bottom. Opponent says hello. We will greet them back. Let's scry here. Yep, we'll keep that on top. Can never have too many shocks. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Alrighty. So let's Sacred Foundry here. That can enter tapped, and before the opponent can even get going on this, I'm going to shock that away, because this is going to be Rakdos, Sacrifice, or maybe Mardu. Alright. So we are going to pay 2 life. We are going to play the Teferi.
This isn't a fight you can win.
And you know what? We're going to -3 him to bounce Judith back and make him play it again, and we'll draw a card off of it. Another Sacred Foundry. Next turn we'll trot out Narset. I don't think our opponent's going to look to do a lot of card draw, but you know. Alright, so actually let's go with the Beacon, because we're going to gain a life off the Narset. So then we're going to enter, or activate Teferi.
I've got it.
Non-creature, non-land card. Well, if we find a Planeswalker, we can take it. Boy. Get that Clarion out. Or we go with Ugin. Let's grab an Ugin. Ugin can take out the Judith.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
But guess what? So can Lava Coil. She gone.
Meditate and prepare.
Well, that was a bummer. What was that, 3 land and a Fibblethip? And there's another Judith.
I was not prepared for this.
Alright, so we'll just Clarion here. Judith's gonna trigger. Yep. Alt shuts down our interplanar beacon.
Enjoy this and live. My friend is here to help your pain.
Okay, we'll scry here. Didn't really need a Fibblethip. We'll bounce him. I don't want that Priest of Forgotten Gods to get going. So we're gonna destroy that. Alright, a Footlight Fiend.
The more, the messier.
That can enter tapped. We're gonna get rid of that Tybalt.
I'll just go torture someone else.
We're gonna lose Ugin here too, which is fine. I don't think we're gonna win this race. Alright, so we're gonna gain a life here. We're gonna +1 Sarkon.
Summon you.
Oh, Liliana.
The undead
Wonderful.
make great minions. Loyal. Rise and shine.
Listen, come on. You think you're a warrior?
So we are gonna exile Liliana.
I will rise again.
Who keeps the Healy on top? And then we're gonna Deafening Clarion. Wipe the opponent's board. We do take a hit here from the Footlight Fiend. Oh yeah, and the Devil. Forgot we still had a Tybalt Devil out there. So we lose Sarkon, that's fine. We're gonna get let's get Saheeli out first, I suppose. So we don't have enough land for Sarkon here, which is okay. Opponent gets a Dreadhorde Butcher out. This is gonna get ugly.
Enough!
No sword can pierce my scales.
So we're gonna get a dragon out here.
I like to think fast.
Oh, it had. Oops, I forgot that had Summoning Sickness. Wow, another Liliana.
I am the master here.
Alright, that sucks.
I will consume you.
So Sarkhan's gonna die here anyway, that's fine, I guess. Or Saheeli. Whoever he wants.
There is no answer.
Alright. Opponent draws. And kills my dragon.
Good death wail.
There are so many mysteries. I have just the trick for this.
We're gonna grab Awakened Inferno, even though we are one. Mana short this turn from playing it. Oh god. Not what we wanted to see. So I'm assuming we're gonna take 1 damage here. Nope, taking Saheeli down so we can't use her to clone artifacts. Opponent is not going to be able to draw a card off of that ability. That's going to come in tapped. Chandra's going to come in here. We're going to gain a life. Saheeli's going to give us another artifact token.
Stay back.
We are going to +2.
No pressure.
And we're going to +4. We're going to grab this Prison Realm. We can't use it this turn. We can use it next turn.
This looks like a fun new toy.
We're going to lose it anyway if we activate that ability of Chandra, so that's fine. We'll throw you in front of Saheeli here. There's a basic island. We're going to get a Prison Realm out. So we get another token. Yeah, Liliana's going away. We'll keep that Narset up there too, help us cycle through our deck next turn. So Chandra and another emblem.
Let's get
Getting that clock going. Hopefully we stalled long enough. We'll see. Are they swinging them both at Narset? No blocks, because we have another Narset. And then we'll have 2
I can see.
artifact tokens here. So gain a life, get another artifact token, get an Narset on the board, activate her right away. We'll get a Sarkhan out here, gain a life off the Sarkhan, another servo token, and the opponent says, that's enough, I'm out of here. So, Timely Prison Realms helped a lot there. Thank goodness. And that's a W. So, then we get the 200 extra experience off of that. Where are we at? We're almost to level 85. Nice. Still have 23 more lands to play. So, let's see. Let's go back into the event. We'll start it. And instead of Jeskai Superfriends, this time we'll go with... Let's try the Cavalcade deck ourselves. See how that goes. So this is a rotation-proof Cavalcade mono-red deck. Have not played it yet. Do not know how it's going to turn out. So we're going to figure this out together. Texting my brother back quick. Alright. So 2 land, 3 Spitfire. Jesus. And a light, that's just not going to do it for us. 1 land. Okay, whatever. Let's try. We'll bin one of the bannerets. Jesus. No, 10th Street Dodger actually has haste, so we'll get the Dodger out there. Get him for 1. So it looks like we're up against, oop, nope, never mind. I was going to say Gruul, but Teamer. It's going to be the fantastic Elementals build. You have haste too, so we'll get you out there. So we really need some land here. Like multiple lands here. If we're to get anything going. Opponent's still with nothing on the board. And we still have no land. Yeah. Alright. We can't, I mean, we don't even have land to activate Goblin Banneret's ability. So this is fun. Our opponent has no land here either, apparently. Alright. So we're gonna get in there, we're gonna light up the stage. We'll get a Scorch Spitter out on the board. And we'll pass turn. And we got a Mowu. Alright. So we're gonna swing with everything here. And we're gonna see what the opponent does. No blocks. So how do I want to do this? To the face, and the turn. So unless the opponent gets, let's see, 3, 4, 5 creatures out on the board, or has some sort of a wipe, we're looking pretty good with that Acolyte of Flame. Oh! Okay. So they gain 2. They can block 2. Oh no, sorry, they gain 1. It's, yeah, okay. Game's over. I forgot. You gain half of life and draw half the cards, and you only tap 2, so gain 1, draw 1. Okay, so that was really quick. That was exactly what mono red aggro is supposed to do. Take it. No Cavalcade though. That time. Something slow. There we go. So a Shock, a Dodger, and 2 Chandras, and 3 land this time. We have as many lands in our opening hand as we saw all last game. So I'll take it. Opponent opens up with a Field of the Dead. Of course they open up with a Field of the Dead. I gotta say, that's the first time though in this event that I have seen a Field of the Dead. So I can't even be angry. Or irritated, or any of that stuff. Really would like a Cavalcade here with the Spitfire that I have. But that's okay. Alright. So we got the War Boss out. He's going to help us fill out the board. I mean, we could Acolyte of Flame and really get in for some damage here. So that's what we're going to do. Then we're going to move to combat. Sure. We'll light up the stage just to see what we can grab. Another courier, another light up the stage. So I don't know if the opponent's on like Simic or I don't see any white mana. Are they on Bantscape Shift? I mean, all right. So they got the Leafkin Druid on the board. Now a spare Snare Spinner. All right. So what do we want to do here? So we have 5 mana open. Get Spitfire.
Don't worry, I brought company.
Next. Next. Let's pump up this guy. And we'll shock him for the win. So, nice. I had thought about getting rid of the snare spinner, but I was like, oh, look at that. 2 damage. We can just finish him off right here. Let's jump in here. I'm trying to scramble here before the end of the month to get this mastery tree filled out. What do we need? 5 more. Orbs. So we get 3 at level 90, 1 at 95, and 1 at 100. So, I don't know, unless I start buying levels. Or just play the hell out of this standard event. Okay. So we'll claim that prize. And let's see, we got 500 gold coming our way after the next one. So we still need to get the lands played. We got 15 more to go. No, I want to go back in the event. That was fun and quick. We do have Selesnya tokens as well, and I did build a mono green for this event. I'm just trying to showcase a bunch of different decks. I don't remember exactly how I built this. This deck actually may not fare that well, but we'll see. I'm really not sure. I was gonna make like an Azorius prison deck, but then I was like, well, let's just mess around with flyers, because flyers are fun. Nobody wants to play against flyers. Chroma wants to play Magic. Alright, so we got 2 lands. Decent curve. We'll keep that. We just need to draw 1 more land and we can play everything in our hand. As long as that second land is a white land, because I forgot Tomek is 2 white. So we'll go Plains. Loyal Pegasus. Another Plains would be great. Although we can't cast Winged Words next turn and hopefully draw into a land if we miss one here. Hey, look at that, another Plains. So we can get a Tomek out there. Still can't attack though with that Pegasus because Tomek has Summoning Sickness. So opponent on Esper, looks like. Scoured Barrens, Azorius, Guildgate. We'll get the Empyrean Eagle out here and buff our flyers, and we'll swing in for 6 on turn 3, which is beautiful. Solid stuff there. Opponent plays Anticipate, trying to get something going here. Maybe another land. Look at it, it's a fairy out here.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
Plus him.
Might be a bad idea.
Swing in for 8. This might have been a really quick one. We might have drawn perfectly into what we need. So the Empyrean Eagle's gone. 2, 4, 6, 8. But with Rally of Wings, we can still buff our creatures and win. Depending on what they do here. Ah, nice. Alright. So what we do here, I think, is Loyal Pegasus, Healy Hawk. Plus the Fairy again.
I've got time.
Get in for 2 here. See what happens next turn. And there's a cry. Alright. Wonderful. That's dumb. Angel Vitality can come out. We will plus the Fairy.
Let's try this.
Get in for 2 more with Tomic. What do they got? Dovin's Acuity. Draw a card, gain some life. And they scoop. Alright. So, wins game 1 pretty quickly, actually. Much more quickly than I anticipated. And a season of growth. Alright. Game 2. Let's give it a shot. So, 2 land. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, great. So, maybe, is it Wizards or Drakes or Jeskai something or another? Or, I don't know, a bunch of other crap that I don't want to play against with a hand like this? Next time you mulligan. We'll flash out Spectral Sailor. Or try to flash out Spectral Sailor. We'll see what happens. Land. Hell yes. Okay, so let's just get the Teferi on board real quick. That way we shut down their counter spell ability. Okay. Oh, nice. Excellent. Another land here. We'll go do this first. And then we'll do this. Just so we don't walk into a counter spell if they've got another one. Almost forgot to activate Teferi first. Still no idea what they're running here. All we've seen is a Quench and a bunch of lands. So, hard to tell what to put the opponent on. Okay. Apparently the Empyrean Eagle and the Teferi were too much for him. So I don't know if that was a counter heavy deck or what, but that was quick. I'm going to jump back in this mini event, and we are going to run... We're going to run the Azorius Flyers again, just because that second game went so fast, it basically didn't even count, in my opinion. Okay. So, pass turn. Spectral Sailor. Loyal Pegasus. Pass turn. Shocks for what? There's swing here. Okay. Grab it. You're fine. It's on the bookshelf. Move to blockers. Opponent takes it. So we played Teferi, so that's what they were going for. They just wanted to flash in a creature. We're gonna shut that down. Teferi's gonna protect us. Imperial Ego, so they play in their own version of Azorius Flyers. So Teferi gets hit here. And Loyal Pegasus. Pump up Teferi. Pass turn. Move to attackers. So if they swing here, we will block with everything. How do I want to do this? Let's go to blocks. Go to damage. Cast Rally of Wings. Our Pegasi live. Opponent loses 2 creatures. Hanged Executioner. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. So plus Teferi again. Draw 2 cards. We get an island. Pass turn. They play their own Winged Words. Opponent stuck on 3 mana here. Probably fishing for more, I would assume. Or a Heliahawk. Does the Executioner have Afterlife? No, it doesn't. So you know what? We're just gonna let Teferi go here.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
Move to our turn. Get a planes out. We're gonna deploy actually. Gain some life. And then we can get Safara out for 1. We'll tap you, and you, and you, and you. And there is the 4 creatures we'll tap. We'll get her out, 7/7 flyer. So that is why we gave up Teferi. Terramander, I don't see you being able to adapt anytime soon. And if you do, it doesn't really scare me all that much. Unless the opponent has like Prison Realm or something in there and they end up locking away our Safara. Which would suck. So all our flyers have been destructible. God damn it. So do theirs. And their Empyrean Eagles buffing their Safara. So we are playing The mirror concept-wise, but two very different builds of the same concept. Of course. Oh, we're waiting on me. And now our Safar is buffed. We're gonna pass the turn. All right. Gosh, let's see here. So our Safara is gone. I didn't even see what he did to it. I don't even like this game. I don't like this matchup. We're way too far behind right now. We're actually gonna scoop. I'm not a big fan of this. I like his build better than what I was going with here. So we're gonna jump out of there, which is fine. We're actually gonna switch from the blue-white flyers into the Selesnya tokens. So I haven't tried this one out yet either. So we'll see. This I feel a little more confident in, build-wise, as compared to that Azorius Flyers build. Oh, finally. Matchmaking is taking forever tonight. Welcome, Rakdos. Oh, shit. No white mana. But there's quite a bit in here, so I'm actually going to hang on to this and hope we draw into something. Because I like having the Bastion off the bat, too, in case I need it. The proliferate effect. Alright. So, of course, we're going to draw something that needs more white mana without access to white mana. And it's just going to keep going because isn't magic fun? Alright, Growth Chamber Guardian. Next turn, I guess we're just going to hope for white mana. Grixis here, huh? Yeah, I was going to say he's not going to last. So they get to peek at our hand here, but they don't see anything other than the fact that we've got no white mana and a shitload of stuff in our hand that needs white mana. Oh my god. So this is cool. Really, really cool. I shouldn't have kept that hand. There it is. There it is. So, trying to think what we should do first. Let's just raise the alarm. Get some stuff on the board here. Like we could convoke for the March of the Multitudes, but there's absolutely no reason to because we'll get zero value off of it. Pass, pass. I'm afraid of whatever kind of board wipe they could potentially be hanging on to right now. I'm thinking that what I'll do is Law Rune Enforcer. Ooh, what do you got? Something at instant speed. I'd like to flower. Search for planes, please. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. So we lose the Law Rune Enforcer. That Nuba Devil, what do I want to say? Art, whatever, is really cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, so we're gonna move to combat. swing in. Get another forest out here. Okay, so now we got some land. We got 6 land we can play around with. I think we're gonna try to play Trostani. And there's a stick again. But she comes out. Is she about to be bedeviled or something too? Yeah. Cool. But we get more tokens. Just gonna help us if we want to convoke for March of the Multitudes. Comes out mulch every time I want to say it. Alright, well, I know what we're swinging at here. So...
You ready to go toe-to-toe with me?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I just want to peek. The weight is killing me.
So we could get a Johnny out and buff. And kill Ral, unless we lose any creatures here. So we'll pass. My turn. Yeah. So we're going to minus him, and we are going to move to attackers. We'll send 1, 2, 3 at Ral, 1 at face. There we go.
I'm out.
So 3, no. That's not worth it yet. We could spam it next turn. Ugh, great. So actually I'm really glad we didn't do that because we're about to lose all our creatures to her -3.
I know who I am, and no one is telling me what to do.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the bigger explosions are more fun.
So Gideon's gonna have. I mean, we could Pride Mate. I don't even know. Well, actually, wait a minute. What am I thinking here? This is a permanent, right? Yep. So we are going to Conclave Tribunal, and we are going to take away
While I'm gone.
their Chandra, and then we will plus a Johnny to gain 3 life.
Now do you see the benefits of peace?
The longer this game goes, though, the more it works in the Grixis player's favor. Alright. So, I believe I run 2 copies of Great-Hearted here. So, that presents an interesting... I don't even know what to play here. That Kefnet is not what I wanted to see.
I am a Johnny Goldman, and I will be yours.
So we're gonna get a
Strength lies in
creature here. Boy. I don't see how we get around, yeah, this Kefnet. What was I just saying about how the long game favors the Grixis player here?
my time
Yeah.
is finished.
So I guess we're just gonna X is 4 here. I forgot they were holding a Cry of the Carnarium, and it was even face up. I didn't even look. I'm on tilt. I'm on tilt.
The gods bless us in our righteous cause.
So we'll tap Gids. Give him a +1/+1 counter. That doesn't matter when he is a 4 loyalty planeswalker. Another Row. Yeah, we're in trouble here.
I'm gonna hover over you like a dark cloud.
Well, you are. Yeah. I'm just gonna scoop on this one. Good game. You got me. It went way too long. They got too much of a foothold. We're gonna give this deck another whirl though, because I think it's better than that matchup showed it to be for us. So we're going back into the standard event. Load up that Selesnya tokens deck again. Give this thing another shot. Oops. Well, here's what it looks like. So there's 4 Law Rune Enforcers, 4 Growth Chamber Guardians, 3 Amara, 4 Raise the Alarm, 2 March of the Multitudes, 2 Gideons, 2 Unbreakable Formations, 4 Tribunals. I've got 4 Ajani's split 2 and 2, 2 Strength of the Pride, 2 Great Hearted, 2 Tristanis, 4 Venerated Loxodons, 4 Flower and Flourishes, and then just a regular mana base here. Obviously, we got the Carnage Bastion in to help proliferate. So that's what we're working with. And I think that the deck is going to play better than it showed that last match. I hope. So while we're waiting for this to load, you know, I try to say this every chance I can during a broadcast. If you don't already, if you're into podcasts and you don't already listen to us, the Homebrew Magic podcast is a weekly podcast I do with a couple friends of mine, and we just talk about all things Magic from kind of like a homebrew, more casual angle. So we could talk about EDH stuff. We talk about, you know, we recap our pre-releases when new sets come out. We preview new sets, all kinds of stuff. So it's a lot of fun to do, and I hope it's fun to listen to. So if you haven't checked it out yet, definitely do that. So I'm going to keep this just because we can use the Growth Chamber Guardians here. We're not going to shock ourselves. No sense in doing that. And we can get the Amara out as well. So, and we could always flower, I guess, to grab another land. So I'm not upset with that. I'm going to guess we're looking at Temur Elementals here. But we'll see. So that's 2 Amaras and 2 Growth Chamber Guardians. Yeah, let's get her out first, just because we can start creating tokens with her when we turn her sideways. Unless the opponent's holding a shock. Or he's just checking it out. Reading the card. Gate, another Healer of the Glade. Alright. So we'll Growth Chamber Guardian here. And then we'll attack with Amara just because we have another one. So if they want to double block here, that's fine. If they want to kill her. Okay, cool. So we'll get another turn out of her. So here we're going to flower. And we're going to grab another Plains, I think. Just because that's what we were short on last game. So we'll grab one of those. And we already have 2 greens out on the battlefield. I guess we have 2 whites as well, but Temple Malady. So no, I was wrong. It's Jund. Jund is something. All right, and another Growth Chamber Guardian. Awesome. So I think what we're gonna do here actually is we'll adapt, and we'll grab the 4th Growth Chamber Guardian out of the deck. We'll swing with everything, including the token. So they can chump, or not chump, but they can block the token with one of the healers. We lose it, that's fine. They take 4 from the Growth Chamber Guardian. So next turn we'll probably play out 2 of the Growth Chamber Guardians. Blood Crypt. Chandra. Acolyte of Flame. Alright.
A bunch of new burn spells to try on you.
So This is interesting. I mean, it's like an elemental build so far from what I can tell, but it's Jund colors. Whatever. I don't care, we'll take it. I'm not worried. Okay. So I suppose what we could do is get Gids out.
I will defend the weak in
We will
every
plus one.
opportunity.
And let's see here. Vigilance for the Growth Chamber Guardian. And then we'll move to combat. And we're going to swing everything at the Chandra. Okay, so they gave her up pretty quick. That's fine. I'm trying to decide if that means they have more in their hand, or if they just care more about their life total. And keeping their blockers on the board. Okay, apparently the Gideon was enough to scare him. I still don't know what the hell they were doing with that deck. I just haven't seen Jund Elementals. I don't think ever. Usually it's like Teamer or I've played Mono Red Elementals, Gruul Elementals, but that was interesting. Even like Sultai with Yarok, but yeah, I don't know what they were trying to do with that deck. Getting excited to play the Eldraine pre-release here at the end of the month. Some of the cards that were spoiled today are pretty interesting, so it'll be an interesting set to play once we actually get the chance to. So I think we're going to keep this hand. We'll Blossoming Sands first, because we don't have a choice about it entering the battlefield tapped. But we've got Trostani, the Growth Chamber Guardian. We can use the Flower for some mana ramp, a Loxodon, so see what happens. Opponent's going to crack an Evolving Wilds for what? Swamp. Okay. Alright, so Blossoming Sands. Gain a life. Another Guardian here. Oof. Alright, so this is a bummer. We are going to throw the Guardian out here, because we need something to block that Dreadhorde Butcher. Hopefully the Guardian doesn't get killed before he can block the Butcher. Footlight Fiend. Okay, so this is going to be the... I'm waiting for a Judith to come out here. I'm not sure if this is going to be straight Rakdos or if it'll be Mardu as well. Or not as well, but instead, I should say. So we're going to let that enter tapped because we're going to need it. Need that 2 life, I think, the longer this game goes on. Get some tokens out. We can use them to convoke the Loxodon. Unless the opponent just decides to kill one right here, right away. Yeah, no blocks. Another Loxodon. Alright. So we're going to do this. We might lose one here anyway. Before the counters get put on it. At least I probably would if I was in this position. No. Okay. So... Wow. They didn't take him out before it resolved. Alright. Interesting. Boy, land would be really good here. There's the Judith I was talking about earlier. So that's neat. Any target, right? Yeah, and then this is any target, right? Yeah, so they could take out the Loxodon here if I block it. I've got the one in the hand, though, and I could buff the tokens again next turn and turn them into 3/3s, and then we don't take any damage. Let's do that. Let's see if they're going to go all out and kill the Loxodon here. I'm assuming they will. That would be the smart play. Yeah, okay. So he's gone, which is fine. We'll give that one up and play out another one. Especially since we still don't have land, so we can't get the Trostani out. Yeah, so let's get you out there, get you out there. Get the Loxodon out there. No shocks, no shocks. Alright. So everything's still in Lava Coil range here, but we're out of shock range, which is great. They'd have to double shock something just to kill it. Anything that's on our board. Theater of Horrors. This is a pretty cool card, actually. I haven't played with it yet, but now that the old standard is going to be rotating out, this is a card that I'd like to try to get some use out of. Just because it's a fun way to kind of, you know, it's so easy to force your opponent to lose life one way or another with red and black. So then you get to play the cards you exiled with it, and also you can use, if you got the mana available, you can just have it deal damage in order to get that benefit. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. This would be 4. So I'm gonna pay 2 life here because we can Law Rune Enforcer. And we can Flower and Flourish. Well, not Flower and Flourish, we're just flowering, but you get the idea. And then we can Growth Chamber Guardian. So now if we want to, next turn we could convoke our creatures and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tokens out of it from March of the Multitudes. Or we could finally get Trostani on the board and buff our creatures even more. Do I want to swing here? Because then Judith gets to deal damage. Just 1 though, so it would be to us. Unless he double blocks. Double block to kill the Loxodon. I don't know, whatever. I'm probably overthinking this. I'm going to pass a turn though and wait until we can buff it with Trostani. Resolve. Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Okay, so actually they might... Guess we're not going to pay this turn. Although I think they still have to pay the casting cost of the card that's exiled with it, so... Right? You may play cards exiled with. Yeah, so you still have to cast them. Or no, it doesn't say you may cast, it says you may play. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Knock out the Growth Chamber Guardian. That's an instant, huh? Yeah. Alright. That's a bummer. So we're gonna get the forest out here. And we're gonna Trostani. And then let's see. We have no land available, so we'd only be able to do Convoke for 4. Or not Convoke for 4, but pay 4 for X. Although that might not be bad here. Let's do that. See what happens. So we've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Just had to make sure I mathed right there. I can equip the mask to Judith. So they don't like the lifelink tokens that we created. Okay, so I take one. Oh, wow. All right, cool. So that March of the Multitudes worked. It scared him off. They must not have been holding much. Cool. So yeah, that's Lesnia Tokens deck. Worked a hell of a lot better than the Azorius Flyers deck that we were playing before. So let's see. Let's jump. So we started with the Jeskai. We haven't tried the mono green yet, so I'm going to try that, and then maybe we'll bounce to the elementals. So the mono green, we'll see how this one plays out. This one I just threw together really quick. Threw a Boreal Grazer for a little bit of ramp and chump blocking for Pelt Collectors, because if you're playing rotation proof mono green, you got to have it. 4 Growth Chamber Guardian, 4 Paradise Druid for ramp, 4 Barkhide Troll, 3 Voracious Hydra, because I just absolutely love this card so much. 2 Nullhide Ferox, 2 Shifting Ceratops, 4 Vivian Arcbow Rangers. You know, and then we do have a sideboard of 11 right now. I got to fill it out to 15, but there's only 11 in there if we get to use her ultimate or her limit break, as my buddy Tej likes to call it, which I think is a lot of fun. 4 Nissus, 3 Gargos, who allows us to, if we get him out first, then we get 4 extra in the X cost for the Voracious Hydra. So I have a blue-green Hydras deck that's a regular standard deck that I absolutely love. That is so much fun to play. And there's some great synergy in there between Gargos and Voracious Hydra, the Bioessence Hydra, which also works off of Kiora and Nissa Who Shakes the World to get a bunch of extra counters on it. And then Hydroid Crassus as well, since that's a jellyfish Hydra. So that deck is just a ton of fun. If you've got the cards and you're interested at all, highly suggest Simic Hydras. It's a blast. And then in the sideboard, we've got a Crawl Harpooner. If there's something with flying we really want to kill, Loaming Shaman, Thrashing Brontodon, Beast Whisperer. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. We'll see how it plays. Like I said, I haven't played it yet, so I don't have any Beast Whisperer in the main decks yet, but that would be a good card draw engine. I wasn't sure. Night Pack Ambusher, because that card's just awesome. I do need to go and make a Wolf Tribal deck at some point. Shifting Ceratops, Biogenic Ooze, Cavalier Thorns. Got Eternal Ronus, Endrace Forerunners. That's kind of like the finisher. If I've got a big enough board, go fishing for this with the Vivian, and then everything else gets Vigilance and Trample and +2/+2. So, and then another Voracious Hydra, just because I like it so much. And there's only 3 in the main deck. So that's a sideboard for now. I'll build it out at some point. But we're gonna jump into this event, and we're gonna give the mono green Stompy a go here. Let's see how it works. Baked into a pie. This is funny card art from the new set. Some of it's way too cheesy, and it's just like, God, you're trying too hard. But some of the stuff in the new set's pretty cool. I'm excited for it. It'll be interesting to see what standard looks like with those new the spell books, those mechanics where you can cast the spell that's in the book, and then exile it, and then play the creature later. So it'll be interesting. Playing some of those in the Brawl event was a lot of fun. Some of the cards are pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they change the standard environment, especially since War of the Spark really changed standard with all the planeswalkers and stuff. That's available. So we're going to keep... but there's no... Let's see. So we'd have two land. Barkhide Troll. I don't know. There's no ramp. What do I do? We'll keep it. Let's see. What the hell? We'll press our luck. First time playing with the deck. Don't really know what to expect yet. So I'm going to keep it. See what we can draw into. Ramp on turn 1 anyway. Maybe we'll get lucky and draw 1 turn 2. Nope. Just another Grazer. So we'll get the Troll out here first. So that we can start swinging. Since we can't... Well, we could attack with our Boreal Grazer, but would not make much sense. There it is. Okay, so now we just need 1 more. And we're in good shape. Might as well play it anyway. Can't use the ability, but that's fine. Can never have enough blockers on the field. Yeah, so... Oops. Oh well. End turn. I doubt in Esper colors they're going to have anything with haste, so Scryland. Keeping on top. One passes. Still 1 mana short. Move to combat. Swing with the troll. Take that, Lazav. Is that Interplanar Beacon? It is. So I'm waiting for a Planeswalker to come out here. Stupid Teferi or something. Boy, land would be awesome, wouldn't it? It's really fun to play Magic. I should have mulliganed. At least we got this Barkhide Troll getting in and doing some work. Doing the cutie. So 2 life, draw a card. More life gain. Alright, we will, that's fine, they get that back. We'll sacrifice one of the grazers. There's the land. Alright. So now, do we Ferox or do we Vivian? Let's Ferox here. And then Vivian next turn. We'll swing with the Barkhide Troll. I'm afraid of building up my board too much because I don't want to run myself into a Kaya's Wrath. Okay, perfect. That's fine. Go ahead, do it then. So we're going to go with the Shifting Ceratops because we can play Vivian next turn. We can give it haste, can't we? Yes, we can. We can play Vivian next turn, but this turn allowed us to get 5 damage in, so we can buff them with the Vivian. And we're gonna have to, so we can take out that stupid. No, I totally forgot about that ability. Shoot. All right. Well, what we can do here is we can Ferox, Grazer. That was a -4, right? Yeah. Okay. So they can't do that yet. Ferox doesn't have trample though, so. Some of these voiceovers are just terrible. I don't know if you guys watch Day 9 at all, but his Nicol Bolas impression is absolutely hysterical. What do we got going here? It's about to get nasty, I think.
Let's try this.
So not having that access to that early mana really hurt us here. Oh shit, I can't do that because of Nullhide Ferox. I totally forgot. Non-creature spells I can't cast, which means my Vivian and my Nissa are no good. So we'll swing... No, turn you off. We're gonna swing the Nullhide Ferox to the Liliana. They'll probably chump it just to give her one more turn here. They can create another zombie. We need something with trample, but we need land. Puke. So, had we had land early on, I think we'd be in much better shape right now. But no land in that Kaya's Wrath. Esper Control, man. There's a reason it's played so fucking often.
Easy to find in war.
And it's so flippin' annoying. Hey, there's a land. That's neat. I like lands. Just gonna get countered. Shit, yeah it is, because why wouldn't it? I mean, there's not even anything we can do right now. I don't see any way out of this. Oh, let's just try again. Let him know he got me. Not ready to give up on this deck yet. Only one game. I love how the Jace precon from War of the Spark is legal for this event too. Because, I mean, it is standard legal. And it's rotation proof. Played that last night for, I don't know, 3 or 4 games maybe. God, it was awful. So slow. Oof. It is funny seeing the difference in power level between those precon decks and, you know, what people are crafting or building themselves to play. Well, maybe we're going to play again if we can ever catch a match. There we go. If you complain enough, they will come. Okay, so 3 land this time. 2 Barkhide Trolls, Voracious Hydra, Ferox. We'll keep that. Let's see. What are we looking at? An opponent who's thinking about mulligan. In the process of mulliganing. Nope, they're keeping. Alright. More blue-red. Here's the hoping it's not more Grixis. Alright, Lava Coil him away. So while we wait, we'll throw another one out there. One more turn, we get that Shifting Ceratops out. It's only 1, right, to remove his ability? Yeah, so they couldn't Lava Coil him again. Well, they could if they want to, but it's not going to work. It's not going to resolve. Excuse me. Alright, back to our turn. So we're going to Pelt Collector, obviously, first, because the Ceratops will buff him. Give him a +1/+1 counter from his ability. Not buff him, trigger his ability. It's been a long day. Damn it. Damn it. So sick of stupid Kefnet. We will... Let's see here. So we've got, what, 5 land. So we need like 2 more land yet at least before we can have the Hydra just come in and fight it. Next. We're gonna give him haste. And swing. Opponent passes. Chooses not to block. No, no, no.
I know exactly what to do.
Shut up, Ral. Yeah, we're gonna Nissa. Because then we get that Hydra out next turn. So we'll +1 her. Yeah. Yuck. Alright, so what are we copying here? This is gonna get
storm.
ugly fast, I think. What do you have? Oh, God. Well, this will be fun. There are just certain types of decks this deck was not built to compete with. And we just happen to run into two of them in a row.
True power.
I mean, fuck it, why not, right? So we can't get the Voracious Hydra out next turn like we wanted to. At least not to fight something. You know what? I don't like the way this one's looking either. Not with the Ral, the Nissa, the Kefnet, stealing all my stuff from the mass manipulation. Let's get out of here. And actually, you know what? Let's go into regular play and... Well, here, screw it. Let's come in here first. Where are you? There you are. This is the Hydra's deck I was telling you about. That's a ton of fun to play. So, Llanowar Elves, Leafkin Druid, and Paradise Druid, all for mana ramp. 4 Voracious Hydra, 4 Hydroid Crassus, 4 Risen Reef for a little bit of extra ramp. 2 of the Kioras, because the Bioessence Hydras, of which there are 3 in this deck, take on the number of counters that are on Planeswalkers that you have in play when you cast Bioessence Hydra. So the idea is to get a Kiora out, Nissa out, something like that, to help buff this when it comes in. There's Cavalier of Thorns to help us kind of cycle through stuff. Fill up that graveyard so that when he dies, we can, put something back on top of our library that we want. And then 3 Gargos, again, reducing the cost of Hydras by 4 really impacts the X cost for the Voracious and the Crassus. And then also makes Bioessence Hydra a 2-drop instead of a 5-drop. So that's pretty cool. And then just a generic, Simic mana base here, 4 Breeding Pool, 2 Hinterland Harbor. I didn't craft more just because Dominaria is going to rotate. And then Temple of Mystery. I might have cracked some more. I haven't crafted any because being only a 2-color deck, mana fixing is not that hard, especially because Paradise Druid, it's not that hard to come by, and that lets you choose mana of any color, and then there's plenty of green between the Llanowar Elves and the Leafkin Druid. So that's what that looks like. So we are going to go back, and we are going to go play, and we are going to play... Started over on the ladder. Haven't done much ladder play because there's been so many Eldraine focused events going on that I think I'm still I haven't played ladder in a long time. So I know I was at gold and then fallen to silver, and I think I'm back in bronze actually because I just wasn't being consistent playing in... We'll keep this. Playing in the ladder. No. Interesting. All right. So, gosh, we need actual mana, but that's okay because we can Paradise Druid, which will then give us Risen Reef, and then as long as that lives, yeah. So mono red, as long as we can survive that initial onslaught, it's not too bad of a matchup for us because once we can get our board built out, they can't handle creatures, that are too big. So I think what I might do here is Leafkin Druid and Llanowar Elves. Now let's just get a Reef on the battlefield right away, force them to remove it if they have a removal spell, because typically that's what people want to do. Although we may have just given up our Paradise Druid, but that's okay. God. This is going to be a lot of fun, isn't it? Yeah, I'll take it right away. He says as he's talking up the Hydra's deck that's falling behind super fat. Well, okay. Can't draw any land here either. throw the reef out, I guess. Wow. Still no land. This better be it. Okay. Yeah. No land. There's no way we're going to beat mono red. I'm curious where I am on that. Yeah, see, bronze tier 2. So I had to start all the way over from the beginning. We'll do this over. Mediocre. That is a funny username. Okay. So, God, jeez. Don't like this either. Ah, that's better. We want a hand like this. We've got access to blue and green mana, 2 mana dorks, and a Risen Reef, and then there's a Hydra in the hand. So, let's give this a shot. And we will actually put one of the islands on the bottom. And then we'll lead off with the forest. Pass turn. There we go. Alright, Foul Orchard. We're going to go with the island. We don't really need mana fixing right now, so we'll go with a Leafkin Druid, so we can just tap it right away next turn. We'll see if this is like Golgari or Jund or what it is. Nope, Sultai. Looking to fill up that bin, huh? Lost an Agent of Treachery, Cavalier Knight. There's our Cavalier Thorns. We're going to actually Breeding Pool tapped, and then we're going to Risen Reef. And that's going to give us a Crassus. Alright. So we got access to 4 mana right now. If we draw here, I think we cav to try and get some stuff in the bin. That's fine. Just in case another Leafkin Druid comes out at some point. Alright, so do we Cavalier here? Yeah. Let's do that. Get a nice fat blocker out there. We'll get you on the battlefield. Oh my gosh. We do send 2 Crassus to the bottom of the deck, though. Or no, wait, those are going to the graveyard. Never mind, I forgot to cast Cavalier Thorns. That can enter tapped. Cool. So, that's nice. We're going to pass. Shock themselves. Hostage Taker. So there goes our Cavalier Thorns. But we can cast Voracious Hydra, fight the Hostage Taker, and get our Cav back. So, whatever. Until they have another Hostage Taker or some shit. No blocks. So let's see here. We needed to have 3 +1/+1 counters on it. Well, we might as well just do 4 since we can't do anything else with the land we have anyway. I guess we could tap the Leafkin Druid to get the Paradise Druid, but screw it. Get you. You can fight the Hostage Taker. Give us our Cav back, which re-triggers Risen Reef. And actually, we can play... Okay, so we will Breeding Pool. Enters tapped. Fill up the graveyard with some other stuff again. Then we'll Leafkin Druid again, which will trigger the Risen Reef again, which gives us a Nissa. Nice. Okay, so we got a little bit of gas here. Another Hostage Taker is going to hurt us, though. Especially since we just binned 2 more Voracious Hydras. I'm going to play Cameo.
Let us see if your talents are worth cataloging.
What are you rifling for? Blood for Bones. They do not hit it, which is excellent. So we are going to do this, and then we are going to... Let's see here. How do we want to do this? Let's just go to combat. We're going to attack both of these at Tamiyo, because we don't want them to get that Blood for Bones, if we can help it, because they're just going to grab that Hostage Taker. So she's minus... Oh, she's a bad... I forgot it's her plus ability that does that, though. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to Gargos. Because then we can Hydrate Crassus for a shitload next turn. And then... we're going to Nissa as well. Because that's that. And then we can... Oh, it's not a forest. Forgot Hinterland Harbor's just a land. But what we can do, actually, is this... and then this, and then this. Just go as wide as possible right now. They're gonna hit, I'm assuming. I hope not. Sweet, they whiffed again. Beautiful. And they don't like that. So they're out of here. Alright, let's move up to Bronze rank 1. Watch out, world. We're at bronze rank 1. And Scholar of the Ages. Alright, so let's do one more. Then we're going to wrap up the stream for the night. So get one more Hydra's game in here. And hopefully it's more like the most recent game than that first one against Mono Red, where we got smoked off the game in like 3 turns. So we do have a Leafkin Druid, which can then get us a Risen Reef after we have the Breeding Pool and the Island. So I'm going to take my risks. Take my chances. Breeding Pool, tapped. Don't know how I accidentally turned on full control. Alright, so Leafing Druid. Ugh, great. Boros. Let's see here. So, I mean, we could shock ourselves to eat him up. Well, I don't know if he'll have a buff. Here, let's just do this. So, we'll do this tapped. And get a brief out there. Ramp him up. Or not, but that does help. So there's that Bioessence, Nissa, and Kiora thing I was going for. More land would be nice, though, or Bioessence and Nissa are never coming out. Kiora's going to give him another target, I think, though. No blocks. I'll take your double strike. That's fine. Yeah, so we're gonna Kiora here. And then Bioessence Hydra next turn. As long as our stuff survives. Because I think waiting one extra turn for the Nissa is just gonna be too much. We need a big body on the battlefield. With the way this is going. Jesus H. Christ. She's gone. No, wait a minute. We're gonna block you here. So she's not dead. But she's down to 1 and doesn't really help us at all here. So that sucks. We could Crassus for 3. Boy. Can't even get to draw off of her. Oh, this matchup sucks too. 8, 13. Sometimes magic really sucks. That's really sad. Alright, well, let's... Gee, I don't know. Crassus for 3 again? Because there's really nothing else to do at this point. This sucks, and I know I said I was going to make this my last game, but I'm going to play one more because I'm not going out just getting completely fucking overwhelmed like this. Yeah, good game. I'm not going to concede. I'll let him just have the win here. No blocks. Take me out. Thank you. Alright, let's try this shit one more time. Yeah, same with the Hydra. Stay with the Hydra's deck. A little slow here. Come on. I mean, Bueller? This is exciting. There we go. Yeah, we're definitely going to keep this hand. So, Breeding Pool turn 1, Hinterland Harbor turn 2, Risen Reef turn 3. We are going to keep. Oof, this is like too slow. Come on. You're just picking a land. These are the people that make me wonder, like, does your internet connection suck? Are you going to play it out till the very end of the timer every time? Or, like, what? Because it's really not that hard to pick what land you're gonna grab from Evolving Wilds. You should have some sort of idea based on your starting hand anyway. But whatever. What do I know? I just play Magical Gatherings. Paradise Druid here. So we're against blue-green. See if there's a third color splashed in there. Not yet. Opponent passes the turn. So we'll Risen Reef. And get that forest out there. And then we will get the Paradise Druid for the Llanowar Elf. So now we've got access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana next turn. We get Crassus for 5. We get Hydra for 5. Might have Hydra for 5 and double the counters on it. A Blast Zone. Alright. Come on, dude. Okay. That was interesting. I keep saying, oh, this is going to be the last game. This is going to be the last game, but can't even play. But I think I am going to wrap it up there for the night. I'm getting wiped. It's been a long day. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Taking tomorrow night off. It's podcast night. We'll be back Thursday about 7 o'clock Central Time. So, yeah, like I said, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys, follow, subscribe to the channel, and check us out. And we'll be back Thursday, 7 o'clock. See you then.